After that, if everything is filled out correctly, you can make a request, and as you can attach, we move on to part B. Next, we will look at the slides to see what the requirements are for part B. Moving on to part B. We look at the next term slides to see what the records are for part B. As I had seen, if the first part of part B and C is done, then that thing will be applicable for you. If you do not want to do it individually, then let's discuss part B. Well, in part B, we come to the first one. Does the work involve burning, gas cutting, welding to use the net film? For net film to work, for burning, gas cutting, welding for net film, in this work of ours, a flame is involved. Cutting, welding or grinding, whatever activity is going on in which we have a spark, a flame will be formed. So if this thing is being applied, we will apply it. Then for this we will need a hardware permit. We did not go into next slide. We did not answer or fill the next question. But if we have a 9 here, then we see next. The second question is whether the work involves external grinding, electrically powered or air powered. Okay, are you using pneumatic or electric grind, etc. Next, what do we have to check? Does the work involve electrical, induction, preheating, stress relieving, and use of high temperature caliper? If we are using any of these things, then we will check it. Then we will be able to go to the further classification and check it. This will be our permit type T. Next, we have, does the work involve electric welding? Check if work involves dry grit, shot blasting or hazardous zones. Identify zone 1, 2 or 0. Does it generate heat or use explosives? Are combustion engines in hazardous areas? If yes to all, are the work will generate hits from your work or not. 10. The work involves the use of the software and then the internal engine into the area. So if we answer yes to all these questions, what will happen next? A hot work permit and JSA level 2 are required. Refer to note 3 above. Alright, if we get yes for these items, we will need a hot work permit to carry out the work. And along with that, we will need JSA level 2. Only then can we request the permit, attach it, and start our work. So that was part A for the general work permit, and part B was for the hot work permit. Next, we will move on to discuss the critical work permit. Let's discuss work permits. So, in part C, the first point we have is whether the work involves an ionizing radiation source. If that is the case, we will directly say yes and we will get a critical permit. The second point we have is whether the work involves hazardous activities. After that, what could those be? Spray, automated painting, grit blasting, etc. Mark yes or no in the checklist based on your activity. Work at height outside scaffolding or structure. Work can also be on a fixed structure or temporary platform. Whatever happens between the two, you have to do yes or no in the checklist here as per your work activity. Number 3 is on will the work be done at height outside approved scaffolding platform or fixed structure. Okay, you can work at height on that fixed structure. 2. You can also work on a temporary elevated platform. Alright, your work can also be at height on that fixed structure or it can be on a temporary elevated platform.